Welcome to helpyourmaths.com. We're going to go through the rational equation over here. We have the first term. While denominator will containing the variable here. We have x minus 2, x plus 3, and on the third term we have x squared plus x minus 6, which this term we need to factor it. Right, so we try to factor the denominator before we do everything. But basically this quadratic term here, we are able to factor. Right? We have the negative 6, we have positive 1 as the coefficient of x. So what we need to looking for is two linear terms with x and x in front, because here we only have x squared. And the two numbers we're looking for is the product of them to get negative 6. And the sum of the two numbers here we need to be positive 1. So basically the product of negative 6, there are a lot of pairs, but the negative 2 and the positive 3 is one of the pairs, and the sum of them will get a positive 1. Right, so that's the factor. And then we need the least common denominator. Which will be the everything we see, right? On the denominator we see x minus 2, x plus 3. On the third, x minus 2 times x plus 3. But the least common denominator we need to take everything, and also we just need to take the most repeating, or basically the linear term we have the highest order on it, right? Everything we just see is the first order of the term. So therefore we have the LCD as that. So as long as they are on our denominator, we still have the condition saying that the number make x minus 2 equals 0 shouldn't be a solution, and the number making x minus 3 to be 0 should also be our number should be kicked out, right? Shouldn't also be our solution. So our x cannot be 2, and also x cannot be negative 3. So that's the two conditions we need to be aware of. The next thing, right, as long as we have the LCD, we just multiply each term by the least common denominator we found. So we have each term multiplied by our least common denominator. Therefore, of course, our denominator will cancel out some of the LCD for each term. Right? So here, the first one we have cancel out the x minus 2. Second, we have denominator x plus 3, so it will cancel out the x plus 3. And the third term we have x minus 2, x plus 3, which will be cancel out everything. So we left over 4 times x plus 3 plus 2 times of x minus 2 equal 20. We've got this one. Right, then what we need to do is just distribute whatever we have, the coefficient and the parenthesis. Right? Basically to simplify it. 4 times x, 4 times positive 3, that's positive 12. 2 times of x minus 2, that's positive 2x, and the negative 4. So simplify, which basically combine like terms here after we expanding. Right, 4x plus 2x, we will get 6x. Positive 12 minus 4 is positive 8. On the right side, we didn't touch it at all, so that's still equals 20. Then what we need to do is, well, we see our x is the only variable on the left side. On the right side, we don't have the variable. Therefore, we need to do is we just take the number together with x to the other side. Here, we just subtract 8. We will get 6x equals 12. Right, so now it's good enough. Then we just need to divide the coefficient of x in front. We'll get the possible solution to be x equals 2. But we're not done yet, right? We still need to go back to check out our condition. The condition saying is our x cannot equals 2, and also our x cannot equal -3 since they are the denominator. But here when we do go over the whole process, we found out x is only possible to be 2 to make the equation, or as this part to be good. But our conditions say it cannot be 2 as long as it's on the denominator. So this 2 is actually cannot be the solution. Right? So on this, for this equation here, we actually have no solution.